There really wasn't like a conversion moment because I always believed in Yeshua. For me, it was in my young adult years. I always say that I went from believing in him to knowing him.
I thought that I was, yeah. I thought that I was in a rabbit hole before. Then I learned about the geocentric theory. I turn to my God when my spirit is weary. My energy loud, nobody hear me. Nobody wanna take the time to question anything they've been taught. Call me a black sheep or whatever you like. I just use the brain that I've got. I won't follow the herd. The wolf is so sly, it's absurd. I will not choke back my words. I'm trying to let go of concern for my self-image and let my love for God and for other people around me always come first. Too much empathy, my heart hurts. My brain won't stop, it's gon' burst. Ay, I'ma get down on my knees and I kneel before God wherever I'm at. I do not need a church. I stay dependent but not on these herbs. Kick all my crutches aside to the curb. When I got nothing to lean on, I turn my eyes up to Yahweh and I lean on His word. Looking for peace, that's what I'm trying to learn. The spiritual battle is real, it's unseen, but I see what they doing at CERN. Yeah, it's got me concerned. My stomach turned.
The low compression engine?
Low compression engine, so it's like 7-to-1. You have a lot of aircraft engines that are 8, 9, and 10-to-1.
And you said it's a 175. Is that the horsepower?
No, 175 is the model of the airplane.
And what is the horsepower?
It's 175 horsepower, but that's not what the 75 means.
Jesus. Good to know.
We rebuilt the whole top end, went through and rewired the whole plane, totally restored her. It took us 4 years, and we didn't think it was going to take that long, but it took that long.
So you run Shiloh Property Solutions?
Yes.
What do they do?
We manage rental properties. I have a couple condo buildings that we rent and manage and do all that. So.
And what was your profession before you kind of retired and did property management?
I was a youth pastor, young adult pastor for 20 years.
Got you. What state? Is there a popular church?
It was Advent Presbyterian Church.
And you were born a believer?
I don't know if I was born one, but I was raised in a believing family.
Okay, and then did you have a conversion moment, or you just decide when you decided to actually start following him, or?
There really wasn't like a conversion moment because I always believed in Yeshua. For me, it was in my young adult years. I always say that I went from believing in him to knowing him. So I had a real strong experience.
Wow.
So I think about that scripture that says, even the demons
know about him and tremble.
And tremble.
Yeah.
I think we're all called to not believe in him. We're called to
know him.
And there's a difference between knowing. I know my son. I don't believe in him.
Yep.
Well, I believe he can do what he sets his mind to, that kind of thing. But yeah, I know him. I don't believe in him.
Yeah, of course.
And so, as they say, the rest is history. It's been a long walk and many mistakes.
So how long you had this plane?
We bought the plane in 2020. Bought it from a guy out in Rifle, Colorado, and flew it back in 2020. And that was the last time she flew until this spring.
He told me he's got more experience flying it than his dad.
He does. He does.
Yeah.
He has more time in it, PIC, pilot in command, than I do.
Okay.
My friend who's a CFI just took me up and got my biannual, and I got that all straightened out. So I'm ready to fly.
So he's Tom Cruise for the flight today?
Yeah, he's Tom Cruise.
And how'd you learn about Flat Earth?
It was back in 2015. I came home from work, was sitting on the couch, eating some dinner, just going through my feed on YouTube, and Dubé, I forget his first name.
Eric Dubé.
Eric Dubé. That's when he dropped his 200 proofs for Flat Earth.
And it was popular.
Wasn't anywhere on my... Because, I was following Rob Skiba. I was in a Nephilim study, and Rob was too, and I was grooving with him, And then after I watched that Skiba video, I think Dubé's just popped up because they're like, you like Rob Skiba,
Amazing.
Anyway, so I fell asleep with it going. It's because it's long. I think that video's like 3 hours long. And I got to maybe 20 or 30, and I was out. And then I woke up somewhere maybe 180 or 190. Shut it off, went to bed. But I'd heard enough that it made me, I think about things as I go through the day. And I was like, I wonder if there's anything to this. And I had gotten through that part. Eric Dubé talked about the curvature of the earth, was it mile times squared or cubed?
8 inches per mile squared.
Thank you. You can tell it wasn't a math quiz. But I took my wife to Key West for an anniversary, and we rented a boat and a pilot, and we were chasing dolphins. It was really fun. We had a blast. Beautiful day. And so he shuts the boat down. We're going to break out lunch. We're watching some dolphins play, and I'm looking across the water, and it's way far away from us. And it looks like a little island. I think
There's a wasp.
yeah, the wasp trying to get you. Anyway, it was like this little island. If you know what mangrove trees are,
Yeah.
I don't think they grow any more than about 10 feet. And we're just sitting there in the boat, and I asked the captain, I'm like, how far is that little dinky island that I see way out there? And he goes, it's probably about 12 miles.
Wow.
And I'm sitting there going,
8 inches per mile square, more than 66 feet.
and I looked at him, I'm like, we shouldn't be able to see that. And he said, what?
Yeah. He got flat smacked.
So that just the wheels started turning, and so I dove into it. And the neat thing about it too is Rob was coming into it about the same time I was.
I remember that.
2017, 2018, and I still remember his video where he went to the Great Lakes and shot Chicago 40 miles off
Yeah.
and did all that. It's just been this kind of gradual. You know, I never clubbed anybody over the head with it, but I moved from, okay, I don't think that our physical reality is the way it's been sold to us.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's this, but I'm feeling pretty sure it's not that.
The guy who did that observation with Rob, Rick Hummer, he called me about a week ago after I debated Will Duffy, and he's like, I just want to say really good job on the debate. And so
Awesome.
I'm friends with Rick, but I got the pleasure of meeting Rob 5 or 10 times. I shared stages with Rob. He was such a legend.
He was.
So shout out Rob. Shout out Eric Dubé for your 200 proofs.
Rob's done with all his trials now.
Yeah, amen. So
He's going to get his reward.
yeah, it's all right. We'll see him upstairs. What about this airplane? You ready to take a flight?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
You want any background information on it? It's a Cessna 175, 1960. It's running the GO 300. It's a 175 horse engine, and she runs like a sewing machine.
Let's do it.
Smooth and sure. Right. If you have ethanol absorbs the water, and you'll lose that level. So that's how we test our fuel.
Teens had him shocked, it was off the top. Then I walked down the block, a middling in my spot, mattress in the attic, had to make it to the New York, big city of dreams. I had my Detroit fitted on, doing my thing. Mad respect, I got on Purdy and on Travis. Hey, Ron G, snatching black. What up, though, where y'all at? No idea where I was headed on this atlas. Found a different version of it, ended up swerving on it. Unraveling Dutches and 40s from the corner store. 10th grade again, Dutchess Fit Center 44. Done kicked down the door, 5 and 914. Ain't been home in a minute, I miss you more and more. Travel the map, trying to make things right, trying to make things fit just to make it through the night. Thinking about all I've lost, can't forget all I've gained. All this momentum, moving like trains, planes, and automobiles. In my own lane, smiling, this is how I ought to feel. Getting where I'm going, I knew time would reveal. Trains, planes, and automobiles. Seeing different seasons from different regions seemed like the only treatment for me to keep keeping on. See you later, Mom, peace, I'm gone. I'll be back, quit tripping, I'm headed back to Michigan. If I had a quarter and a piggy bank to sit it in for every back and forth trip from cities I was living in, I quit again. Take some Ritalin to write a book about how often I needed friends, but didn't have them. For whatever reason it was, it happened.
So we're building out. This is a Ukrainian trainer jet for their military. We got it pulled apart. He's building it out. He wants to race it in the Roswell races one day.
What?
So this is a new engine. This has twice the thrust that the original Ukrainian engine had on it. I think it was like an M907 or something like that. That was Ukrainian, but they built the thing like a brick house. So yeah, we're getting it all tore apart, cleaned up. So the fuel tank goes right up to where it breaks off and does that Y. So you've got this in one.
So you're talking 2 feet.
Yeah, but it's like what do you say? 250 gallons of fuel?
And how many gallons of fuel does it burn a minute?
I don't know the spec on this.
Yep.
This is a Glass Air 1. It's a tail dragger. It's never flown. The original owner bought it in 1983, did a lot of the work putting it together.
What's the black and yellow thing over there?
Oh, that's my little toy.
You make that?
Yeah, I built it last year. It's called the Dingo. And that,
Well,
that
tell me
beauty-
about it,
that
please.
beauty was in a centerfold in Sport Magazine. So that's called an ultralight. This is a Ukrainian company. No,
Okay.
I'm sorry, Czechia,
Czech
Czech
company.
Republic.
And how much did you pay for just supplies and everything because you put it together?
Well, for us, because we represent the company, they sent us the kits.
Oh, cool.
But still, give you an idea, that engine is $4,500, engine and prop.
Okay.
And you'd be
That looks like there's something goes on the back of a paraglider.
Exactly.
Wow.
That is a paraglider motor.
How many horsepower that thing put out?
32.
And you fly on the front of that?
Yeah, 32 is plenty of horsepower. Plenty. It'll get me up there. It'll get a 200-pound guy up there.
Y'all people are wild, dude.
The engineer's 200 pounds, and he flies his.
Y'all are wild.
So, yeah, it went to Sun and Fun in Oshkosh last year, and the EAA, or Experimental Aircraft Association, has a magazine called Sport Aviation, and she got the centerfold. So
Nice, well done.
We were real proud of it. It flies at about 40 miles an hour.
Are you kidding me? 40 miles an hour?
Oh, it's a sightseeing machine. That's it.
Wow.
You're not cross countrying in that. You'd be forever.
Yeah, for sure. You're better off on a skateboard.
Yeah.
Jeez. Thanks so much for the experience. I really appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
That was a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
Thanks so much for tuning in. This is me setting up the dome last week. It was pretty popular with everyone at the meetup. But I'm going west. I'm currently in Arkansas. I'm going to Texas, Utah, Arizona, and California. If you're in those areas, you'd like an interview, you want to do a meetup in your area, contact me, flatearthflyers@gmail.com. Also, you want to support the tour, there's the Patreon. Y'all have a blessed day. Be the change you want to see on Flat Earth.